Hey guys, Stephen Edward from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, the Loft Warehouse. We're located right downtown in Eastern Market. Put this video together. I want to tell you about something that you may not think about as a home seller, which is extremely important. Trying to bring it to you real to keep you competitive in the Detroit market. One of the things, as a home seller, you have so many things to think about, but this is something that you may not think about, and that is choosing a local brokerage to represent your Detroit property. Many of the sellers out there, they may have a relationship or a friend that works at another brokerage which is outside of Detroit, and you may not think that's a big deal. You may think you're getting a deal. In fact, you're getting a disservice, and let me explain why. I happen to get a phone call from a client who wants to purchase a condo for his daughter, but they're flying in from overseas and they have a short window to see condos. So absolutely, send me the list of condos that you want to see. I'll get them scheduled and we'll take a look at them. Now, just because I schedule them doesn't give us the green light to go see the condos. The way the process works, as an agent, we log into the MLS, we schedule the condos, we line them up so that we can drive from one to the next, and make it efficient for showing the condos. Well, that selling agent has to confirm that showing. So sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours to get confirmation that we can go show the condo. One of the condos that they wanted to see was being sold by a brokerage outside of Detroit. Actually, it was in a city called Royal Oak, which is about a half hour from Detroit. I have to pick up the key at the office in order to show the condo. The reason being is that a lot of the condos in Detroit have rules and regulations that you can't hang a lockbox on the outside of the property. This is for security reasons, which I totally understand. It makes sense. However, what agent is going to drive a half hour out of their way to pick up a key and then drive a half hour to show the condo and then a half hour back? It's a pain in you know what. So in order to accommodate my client, I said, listen, they want to see him on Monday. Can I come and pick up the key early Sunday? That way I have the key. The agent said, yeah, no problem. What time do you open? I open at 10:30. Okay, I'll be there at 10:30. I get there at 10:30. The office doesn't open till noon. I can't sit there for an hour and a half because I got a full day of things to do. So I called the agent and I said, listen, I'm going to have to cancel the showing because, you don't open for an hour and a half. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you at the showing tomorrow. That way you can access the property. I said, you know what, that would be great. I appreciate that. Thanks. 45 minutes before, not even 45 minutes, it was like 20 minutes before the showing, I get a text message. I don't even get a phone call. I get a text message. And the guy says, oh, I really apologize, but I unexpectedly got sick. I'm not going to be able to make the showing. I was so frustrated. Number one, it makes me look bad as an agent. Number two, that seller of his is not getting the proper representation. He should do everything he can to make that showing, especially since I didn't get the key the day before and spent an hour and a half of my time. He could have sent somebody else to show. He could have sent a partner, somebody in the office, at least to hand the key to me. So you want to consider that as a seller because this is something you may not think about. Being that our office, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, the Loft Warehouse, is in Eastern Market, we house the keys there for our condos, and we're 5 minutes from everything. It's very easy for us to access the properties or call another agent, hey, I can't make the showing. Can you step in and show the property for me? We do this all the time. That's why we have the most amount of sales. Thought I'd throw that in there. As a matter of fact, we sell on average $11 per square foot more than any other brokerage. And this is in part due to the amount of marketing that we do. We spent over $1 million this year in marketing for our projects and our homes and our reputation in the business. We deal with most of the developers in the Detroit market, and we have just as much off-market inventory as we do listed inventory. And this is from previous buyers who have called us and said, hey, if you get a buyer looking for X, we'll sell it. So we make deals happen. We go above and beyond. And that's something that you want to consider as a home seller or a condo studio seller. To get the top dollar, you have to go above and beyond. And this particular agent fell asleep at the wheel, and I feel bad for his seller. And the kicker is, my client flew in from Japan. I showed him the condos, and they're paying cash. So that seller just lost out on 450 grand because his agent suddenly or unexpectedly got sick. There's no excuse for that. So needless to say, we're making an offer on another condo and we're putting the deal together. So I wanted to put this video together to stress to you as a seller that it's extremely important to deal with a local real estate expert and deal with a brokerage that's going to represent you properly. I hope this helps. Again, my name's Stephen Edward and I sell Detroit.